everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you might be dialing in from around the world. I want to thank you all for joining us today and spending the next hour or so with us for a special live webinar on the impact of COVID-19 on financial services 1 year later. We hope you're all staying safe, and thank you again for joining us today. Today's webinar will be moderated by IT Group Senior Analyst Rodney Nelsatuin, who will be joined by 10 of his senior analyst peers as they provide an overview of the pandemic's effect across the financial services sectors. I'm Lori Spendley, and I'll be one of your hosts for today's webinar. We'll be starting the webinar shortly, but first let me just cover a few quick housekeeping items. Today's webinar will be recorded, and a link to view the recording on demand will be available to all current IT Group clients. We'll be taking questions at the end of the webinar, so please feel free to submit your questions using the questions feature located in the GoToWebinar toolbar. It's now my pleasure to introduce today's speakers. Our main host and first presenter is Rodney Nelsatuin, who's a senior analyst at IT Group, covering strategic IT issues relevant to chief information officers across financial services, including banking, securities and investments, and insurance, such as digital transformation, cloud migration, IT services, outsourcing, contract negotiation, and vendor management. Joining Rodney, we have an expert lineup of speakers, including Audrey Blader, Vinod Jain, Inchi Kani, Joe Kroll, David Matei, David O'Connell, Wally Ockby, Leslie Parrish, Ginger Smeltzer, and Manoj Apreti. So without further ado, I'll turn the mic over now to Rodney. Thank you again for joining us, and we hope you enjoyed today's webinar.
Thanks, Laurie, and thanks to all of you who've joined us today. We all know how much life has changed over the last year. We'd like to thank you, our clients, and everyone associated with IT Group for the success that we've had, not only in surviving, but in thriving during the pandemic. For just a moment, let's recognize the importance of today as an anniversary. It's not the type of anniversary we'd want, but it is one we should just touch on. For most of us, COVID's impact really began 1 year ago. And we have all been through a lot. The number and variety of challenges, heartbreaks, and the wear and tear of following COVID protocols has been a lot to bear. At the same time, there have been some good moments. We hope that today and going forward, you can focus on those good moments and keep your eye on the horizon as the world seems poised to come out of the pandemic in the coming months. Among the good things has been the resilience and steadfastness of the global financial services industry. Faced with all the challenges of a dramatic move to virtual delivery, the industry did step up, whether in providing the special services governments offered to support people during the crisis or in simply managing day-to-day customer needs. The industry has done remarkably well. And because of all we've been through, it's a good time to take a quick tour around that industry and highlight some of the key observations our analyst team has made in each industry vertical, and then offer a few recommendations, some steps, and maybe some actions you can consider going forward. If you know us well, then you know the depth of our team's expertise, and this webcast will serve as a mere introduction to these topics. We hope you'll reach out to us to delve deeper into the areas that most interest you and your organization. We have 11 of our leading analysts who will discuss each of our industry verticals. It'll be a whirlwind tour. So let's get going. I will now